Temperatures on the rise across the country as we look to the week ahead. We saw the mercury up into the 40s for the Mallee, places like Mildura today, but they're going to jump up to the mid to high 40s tomorrow. We're also starting to see that heat filtering down into parts of coastal New South Wales and southern areas of Victoria. So in Sydney, we saw temperatures getting to 28 degrees. In Adelaide, we saw the mercury up at 40 degrees for parts of the city, 41 for the Kent Town observation site. So these hyenas were needing to cool off with a very... Doesn't look appetising to me, that meat-filled ice block, but this guy definitely seems to be enjoying it. Let's see how hot it got across the country. And as we have a look at the Pilbara, the northwest, first of all, we saw temperatures at Warburton getting up to 46.9 degrees. Moving over South Australia, 47.8 degrees at Unadana, and we saw Marie getting to 48 degrees. New South Wales, Broken Hills at 45, 45.7 in Griffith, and across northern parts of Victoria, we saw those temperatures up above 40 degrees, so 42 for you in Shepparton. It was cooler across the south. We saw temperatures limited to around 30 degrees for areas around Melbourne and slightly cooler for places like Warburton and also along the coast of New South Wales as we did see that sea breeze coming through, but still a hot day for areas like Bega with a maximum of 30 degrees. And we've got another scorching night rolling through as well. That's after we saw our hottest night on record for New South Wales. At Verona Downs, temperatures only got down to 34 degrees. Now tomorrow, another hot day rolling through as well. That darker red shading is where we're expecting those temperatures to be up above 45 degrees by the time we get to 5 in the afternoon. Hotter than 40 degrees, that red shading. And everywhere that's orange is said to be 30 degrees or more. That heat's also starting to move down and impact parts of Tasmania. We do have a total fire ban in place for all of Victoria throughout the day on Tuesday. Extreme fire danger coming in for you around the Wimmera, and also severe fire danger for many districts, particularly across the north, including the Mallee. We also have severe fire danger in place for many areas of South Australia. Now that includes places around the Adelaide Hills where we are expecting the tour down under to start to get underway this week. A little earlier today, we heard from authorities in South Australia who were speaking about this intense heat. We do have an extreme heat warning that's been issued by the SES in South Australia, and also the elevated fire danger in that state. The Bureau of Meteorology saying just how hot we expect things to get about the north.
Anywhere away from the coast, we're going to see mid to high 40s. So places like Port Augusta and further west, Tarcoola, are going to see a number of days in the mid 40s. So very uncomfortable conditions. At this stage, we are even approaching record temperatures for January and any time of the year.
Something else we've been keeping an eye on is showers and thunderstorms impacting around the tropics of Queensland and also the top end. Throughout the afternoon, we've seen these showers and storms pushing through. So we've seen them moving through areas including Darwin over the course of the day. And we saw 16 millimetres coming down in just 20 minutes of Bachelor with this storm activity, which we are expecting will continue to push through over the course of the night, but easing back by the time we get to the early hours of Tuesday morning. We've also had some day storms for you in Cairns. Check out that lightning over the course of the afternoon. We've had showers and storms moving over the tropics of Queensland throughout the day. We have seen some good falls in areas including Cairns. We're up above 21 millimetres currently for you. We've also seen better falls at the racecourse at Cairns where we're up above 25 millimetres, just 4.8 in the gauge at Innisfail, but we saw more than 25 for you in the 24 hours to 9 a.m. today. Those showers are going to continue into the evening around the tropics, and we are expecting more to come throughout the day on Tuesday as well for you, with another chance of a thunderstorm. Temperatures across the country right now, well, it's still scorching in Adelaide at 35 degrees, and you're on the same temperature in Canberra at 35. Cooler in Darwin at 28. We've had those showers rolling through, and it's currently 25.6 degrees for you in Perth. It was a glorious start to the working week in the harbour city. We saw temperatures in Sydney getting up to the high 20s. In the west, though, they were sitting around the mid-30s, 34 degrees our top in Penrith. Further south in Wollongong, temperatures were around the mid-20s. And as we look at what's on the way for Tuesday, that's when we really see these temperatures jumping up. It's the first of 5 consecutive days above 30 degrees for you in Sydney and the first of a run above 40 for the west. We're going to see dry, hot weather across all of our centres. It's also going to be hot and and dry for you in the nation's capital, tracking towards a maximum of 39 degrees. That's 11 degrees above the average for this time of year and 3 degrees warmer than you experienced throughout the day on Monday. It's even hotter in Albury. 44 degrees is your top. Sunny and dry is the message for these centres. It's also looking sunny and dry across Victoria. We are expecting some patchy morning fog about the south. This includes you around Melbourne and Geelong. And temperatures are looking hot at 33 degrees in the city. Warmer as we head further north, so 39 degrees in Ballarat, 43 degrees in Bendigo. We saw Melbourne getting to 32 degrees throughout the day on Monday. Staying warm into Wednesday, but slightly cooler. We are seeing a weak change moving through, but our proper cold front doesn't arrive until the weekend. It's also looking warm for you in Tasmania. There's the chance that both Hobart and Launceston could see a thunderstorm, but little to no rain is expected with that storm activity. And we do have the slight chance of a shower on Wednesday. Temperatures looking slightly cooler on Wednesday as well as we see that weak change moving through. Heading into South Australia now, where these hyenas needed to cool down. They had some blocks of ice to suck on, one of them even going for a bit of a dip. Now, we do have severe heat warnings in place for South Australia. This has been issued by the SES, as well as elevated fire danger. Now, that includes areas around the Adelaide Hills, and that's because these temperatures are scorching, 12 above the average for you throughout the day on Tuesday. We actually got to 41 degrees at Kent Down Observation Site in Adelaide throughout the day on Monday. So temperatures are going to be feeling hot once again and staying hot into Wednesday. Sunny, dry and hot. It's also looking sunny and dry in the west. We are going to see winds picking up for parts of the southwest though, so we could see them up to around 40 kilometres per hour during the morning for you in Perth. Staying warm into Wednesday and mostly sunny, temperatures in the high 20s. As we have a look at the tropics, where we are going to see showers and thunderstorms moving over Darwin, most likely during the afternoon. We did see some good falls coming down around Cairns with storms moving through on Monday afternoon, 4 millimetres in 10 minutes. And we've got more showers and storms possible for you in Cairns and Townsville. Those showers less likely and falls lighter as we head further south. Southeast Queensland, another glorious day on the way for you. Things are looking mostly sunny or partly cloudy really across our major centres, besides Toowoomba, which is set to be mostly sunny. And it's looking sunny and warmer throughout the day on Wednesday. Dry and beautiful for you in Queensland.
Over the last week, we've seen some pretty substantial rain in the north of the country, but in New South Wales, there's even been a little bit of drizzle and showers around for the south coast in particular. As much as 10 millimetres was recorded by 9 a.m. on Monday morning in the New South Wales south coast. But up in the far north, that's where the storms have been pretty heavy. This is a shutout in Nullarbor where we had some big thunderstorms around as well. Here's the totals over the past week. Up around the western parts of the top end, it's really ramped up in the past 24 hours. But along the Queensland coast, we've had really heavy falls about a week ago now, and that was with ex-tropical cyclone Penny making landfall, and much of that rain in New South Wales was with thunderstorms as well back in the middle of last week. In terms of what's to come this week, the showers and storms continuing across the tropics through the next few days, in fact right across the week. But in the southeast, we'll start to see a little bit of rain developing as we move into the back end of the week. And that's with that cool change starting to sweep across the southeast around Friday into Saturday. After that, we'll see a few showers and thunderstorms spreading along the New South Wales ranges, and that will be continuing through the weekend and into the start of next week as well, as the showers continue through the far north of the country. Let's have a look at those totals. So, as you can see, we're not looking at any major totals on any individual days, except with isolated thunderstorms. It's not going to be widespread heavy monsoon rain, but we are definitely seeing an uptick in the shower and thunderstorm activity compared to last week. It's going to start to focus a little bit more through the Kimberley by the time we get to Thursday, but down through the southeast you can see that rain developing, and some places will be seeing 5 to 10 millimetres. That's that slightly darker shading of green on your screen, and that will continue to spread a little bit more into New South Wales over the weekend with those showers and thunderstorms. But let's wrap it up for the week. Those totals, they do end up getting to a pretty substantial level in the far north of the country. Quite a few places looking at 50, maybe even 100 millimetres in far north Queensland and across the NT top end, and also through the Kimberley, whilst down through the southeast the heaviest rain looks to be about 20, maybe 30 millimetres all up.
Time to have a look at some of your pictures, and we're going to start in Perth. If you are in Perth this weekend, we are in for an absolute scorcher. Temperatures so far are set to reach very much into the high 30s, plenty of sunshine there. Let's have a look at Ararat in Victoria, 300-metre visibility. This photo posted on Twitter by Paul Yo, and that's in Ararat, Victoria. In Rosebery in Tasmania, or certainly on the weekend, we had those northerly winds ahead of a change. And as a result, we had very high temperatures and total fire bands in force for the southern areas of Tassie. I was actually there on the weekend, absolutely beautiful. Sun rising in, well, Lilydale in Victoria. Gorgeous photo there on Facebook. And another photo posted on Instagram of Dubbo in New South Wales. We are in heat wave conditions through central parts of the nation, so extremely hot temperatures in the high 30s, low 40s. We love seeing your photos, so if you'd like to share them with us, you can send them via our Facebook page, Twitter and Instagram.
The mercury has been up in Melbourne with heatwave conditions extending down into the south of the country. We have seen new protocols put in place at the Australian Open because of the heat. Our reporter Gabriella Power has more.
Large parts of the country are experiencing heatwave conditions, including Melbourne. Temperatures soared into the 30s, but on the court it was much hotter. The Australian Open has updated its heat policy and could force players to take 10-minute breaks under extreme conditions.
We have a lot of hot air coming down from central Australia, and that's moving into the south and far west parts of New South Wales during this week. And as this week progresses, that hot air is going to continue to progress further north. So much of New South Wales will be in severe heatwave conditions.
But the heat didn't put off tennis fans, with a record-breaking number of people expected through the gates. Many of the 80,000 ticket holders also have access to free public transport. More than 3,000 extra tram services will be put on between the city and Melbourne Park for the next 2 weeks, with services running every few minutes during busy periods. Gabriella Power, Sky News, Melbourne.
Absolutely devastating and deadly snowstorms and avalanches have occurred across parts of Europe over the last week or so, but in terms of the weather, it does look like things have certainly settled down, which is some better news, and we'll have a look at temperatures in a moment. Let's head to New Zealand first of all, where we are going to see some showers and rain for the North Island, but a return to blue sky throughout Tuesday for much of the South Island. And the air quality is going to improve in Beijing thanks to a bit of a gusty cold front there. And also we'll see some rain spreading to southern China as we head into Tuesday. Let's head to Europe. So Vienna heading for a top of 3. Some snow there, but really drying out across much of Europe. Athens could also see some cold weather, and over in the west, fine conditions after a foggy start in Paris, a top of 9 degrees. Joburg in for some storms by Tuesday afternoon, and it's going to be cloudy but dry for Cape Town, and some heavy rain set to kick in around the Uruguay region, and we've got some rain and storms continuing in the northern areas there. But Buenos Aires could also see some storms with a top of 28 degrees. And last but not least, in North America, we've got showers for parts of California, including LA, with a top of 15, and sunshine returning to the northeast New York after a freezing start, a top of 3 degrees. And of course, the most comprehensive weather in the nation is right here on Sky News Weather Channel 603.